to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. So it's time to crush.
Peace and blessings and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News. It's your boy, The King, and this is a powerful Saturday, and what we're going to do is we're going to get into a couple of topics. Now, you know I like to drop at least 3 or 4 videos on the weekend. Members get it a lot earlier than subs, but thank you for being a member, and thank you for subbing. I do appreciate you. Now, today is going to be a little rapid fire stuff. We're going to check out a couple of things that I've been thinking about. Videos shouldn't be long at all, but at the end of the day, all news is good news, especially when I deliver you the news. So let's get into these topics because this industry, man, oh man, where are we heading? What are we going to do? Now, a lot of people will like you to believe that this industry is crashing around the head of Xbox, but that is far from the truth. These industry crushing prices when it comes to RAM and SSD storage is crippling consoles to the point of raising prices. And what happens when you raise the price of consoles? Well, we know that no one's going to purchase. Now, we do have Grand Theft Auto 6 on the horizon. What does that truly mean? Where we truly be going? But this is brought to you by Insider Gaming. And if you don't know about the Insider Gaming app, I highly suggest you go and get the Insider Gaming app. It's free, but it does have some paid for content like Lords After Dark, where myself, Lord Sovereign, Lord Addict, and Lord Cognito talk candidly about the industry. Now, this is not no Iron Lords rehash of stuff. This is the Lords After Dark. Now, the language may be a little bit different. It may not be grandma friendly, but what it is it's honest, it's truthful, and is getting to the issues that we suffer in this industry. So please go to the Insider Gaming app and check that out. And Iron Lords will be there with Lords After Dark. Now, PlayStation hardware crashes is at the lowest May numbers in the last 25 years. And this is brought to you by Sam Sepito. The industry is at its wildest. And the US video game sales data from May of 2026 are out, and now we know that PlayStation has experienced its worst May in sales since 2020. The PlayStation 5 has easily been one of the biggest contenders, especially in the hardware sales, only falling behind the Switch 2 at times. However, it seems that the price increase may not have helped the company, as it's experienced its worst May in hardware sales since the 2000s. Before going any further, let me tell you, and I've told you already, check out the Insider Gaming app. PlayStation experiences the worst May since the 2000s for hardware sales. Now, me personally, I'm one of those people that purchase their consoles in the beginning of the cycle. Soon as the next gen starts, I jump right in because what I understand, there's no better time than to be at the forefront of everything that's happening. Well, some people stood back and waited, and this has bit them in the foot. But what's hurting Sony the most is the rise in the cost of the system, and it's cost prohibitive in keeping the casuals away. According to the latest sales data from Matt Piscatella, players have received updates on PlayStation hardware sales in May. Overall hardware spending has increased this month, but the growth was primarily driven by the Switch 2, which offset a significant 43% decline in PlayStation 5 spending and a 58% drop in unit sales, both attributed to the recent price increases. This marks the lowest hardware unit sales for the PlayStation since May of the 2000s. The Switch 2 has become the best-selling hardware platform for both units and dollars in May year-to-date for 2026. The PlayStation 5 ranks second in both measures and time periods. The sudden dip in unit sales for PlayStation hardware is due to the latest price increases. which reflect changes in the cost of the PlayStation 5 disk drive digital and the PlayStation 5 Pro. Understand, this is not isolated. PlayStation is not immune to what's going on. Can they recover? These are questions that I ask. While killing Bungie, PlayStation puts out this tone-deaf piece, an opinion, or is it a fact? Is it a roadmap? What can we decipher from the words of Nishino? This is brought to you by Insider Gaming and Sam Sepito. PlayStation wants to revitalize the market with live service games. Now, don't get me wrong, live service games is what I like to play. But the problem that I see is that PlayStation had 15 live service games and then got rid of 12 of them. With Bungie on deck to be absolutely gone, the question is, what happens with PlayStation and their live service initiative? Well, PlayStation seems to not be done with live service titles yet and wants to focus more on the first party and third party content. The live service games and PlayStation have not had their best relationship historically. A major example is Concord. And now Destiny 2 has joined the list of live service games that did not turn out well for PlayStation. Despite these setbacks, Sony remains hopeful and plans to continue developing more live service games. PlayStation believes live service can attract more users on a global level. In a recent interview with Famitsu, Hideki Noshino, the president of Sony Interactive Entertainment, shared insights about PlayStation's strategy for live service titles. Nishino emphasized that Sony believes live service games have the potential to reach players on a global scale. The company aims to revitalize the market through both first-party and third-party content. In terms of live service content, PlayStation is not only focused on marketing its upcoming titles, but it's also considering how to enhance existing games in both the medium and long term. Nishino emphasized that it's crucial to continuously provide new content for live service games, as the genre is relatively new and many developers are experimenting with different approaches. PlayStation aims to continue to take on challenges within that context. Nishino also reaffirmed that the single-player games will remain first-party, while the live service multiplayer games, the platform will consider PlayStation 5 and PC as basic platforms for the release. My question is, has anyone told him what's going on over at Bungie? In light of what I've just explained to you, that Sony is going forward with live service revitalization of the industry, let me point out that Variety has brought this to us. And this is by Osher Jacobs and Tanya Fedek. PlayStation's Destiny 2, a marathon developer, undergoes more layoffs. Now, this is a live service company, Bungie. This company is basically the godfather of live service games. And Sony has them under contract when they purchased them. But at the same time, when they tell you out of one breath that they're looking to build up, market, and distribute more live service titles from first party and third party, this language is contradictory to the messaging that they're promoting. PlayStation's Bungie is facing a round of layoffs after releasing its final update to Destiny 2. If you did not know, Destiny 2 is being canceled over at PlayStation. A live service title with millions, I say millions, of consumers that patron the game over the years. The statement posted on X, the studios explained that we are announcing a reduction in force as we reorganize Bungie. No specific numbers regarding the dismissals were revealed. In a separate statement, Herman Host, CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment Studio Business Group, said that the layoffs would include a significant number of employees, including most of the Destiny team and some of the Marathon team members. We We recognize that Destiny 2 fell short of expectations these past several years. Bungie's statements continued. Following our final content update to Destiny 2 and our future projects still in early incubation, we will unfortunately could not continue operating at our previous size. Destiny 2 received its final update earlier this month on June 9th. Multiple rounds of layoffs have taken place at Bungie since it was acquired by Sony, including staff cuts in both 2023 and 2024, and the final cuts in 2026. The messaging over at Sony needs careful scrutiny because the mixed messaging is forcing the consumers to look elsewhere. Well, I want to thank you for making it this far in the video, and I do appreciate each and every last one of you. Like I said, members get these videos early, while subs, you get it at least 72 hours later. But today is going to be a little bit different because I'm dropping at least 4 videos. Members, you get these videos early. And again, the content will be coming rapidly as possible. So I appreciate each and every last one of you. Now, I know I go off and I say hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know what it is. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. But with this live service interview that just went down, I'm telling you that it seems to be a boat without a rudder. We're actually watching them in their own demise while telling you this isn't happening. They do have a hit on their hands. If they will only have more confidence in Bungie to let them allow the staff to make the game that the world wants. That's Destiny 3. But if you've seen anything that you've liked here, please hit that like button, subscribe, share it out, and put that notification bell because I drop videos on the weekends, but I go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with Friday being a special day in which we do Fight Night Fridays. So again, I appreciate your time, and I would like to see you later. But I want you to do what I'm about to do. What you should be doing is I want you to go where gamers game and winners win. And I want you to try to play the Game Pass.
Before you get into an argument, remember this quote. A bee does not waste its energy trying to convince a fly that honey is better than shit. Some minds are not meant to be changed. Save your energy for what actually matters.